It's another episode of The Power of Imagination. I'm your co-host, Justice Godfrey, and we have our other co-hosts here. Introduce yourself.
Tyrone Stevens.
All right,
How's
Tyrone.
everybody?
They said if you ain't talking about the Super Bowl right now, you missing out on some views. You know what I'm saying? So I said, so I said, man, well, let's get on here and let's see how we can tie in the Super Bowl. Did you see the game? Did you see the Super Bowl?
I seen the game, and I was seen the game with five other people, and we all were older people like myself, and a lot of stuff we didn't know what was going on, man. Because first of all, I couldn't hear, it couldn't make out what he was saying.
What? Tell me who when you say he, you talking about Kendrick Lamar, the
I'm
halftime
talking about
performance.
Kendrick Lamar,
Oh
right?
well, let's just start right there, cause see that shows you the power of creativity. Because I asked you about the game and you jumped right into the halftime. Because you said you could have been talking about the coach, you could have been talking about the quarterback, you could have been talking about the cheerleaders. So that
Right.
lets you know this artistic performance really stole the show, man. I think, hats goes off to that because I mean, most people watch the Super Bowl or go to the Super Bowl because they fans of football. Everybody talking about they really like how sharp they really considered Kendrick Lamar to be real sharp, man, as far as his diamond necklace and his leather jacket.
I thought he was down, man. I really liked his outfit. It wasn't an entertainer's outfit. It was just a sharp dude's outfit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
He like a
And
player.
yeah, he's like a player, man. Yeah, he was just like a player, man. That's the way I took it. And so, but I couldn't just make out what he was saying. And then the colors, and I knew there was some significance, some symbolism in it, but I just couldn't put my hands on exactly what it was. I thought about the red, I thought about the blue. I said, well, okay, that's the Crips and Blood, and I couldn't make out how that tied in with with everything. And I didn't know until the next day, man, and people went to talking about it, and I had some younger people that I hang with. I said, well, man, what was happening, man? I don't know. I was in the dark. Said, tell me what's going on, So
Yeah,
it was,
yeah. I don't know. See, that's the beauty of art. You know what I'm saying? You don't always have to explain it. It's like you go to a gallery, they might have a little card next to the painting, but the artist is not standing there to explain you why he made, why he chose this brush stroke or he chose acrylic over watercolors, you know what I'm saying? It's up to you as the viewer to interpret. So I think he did a great job as an artist for just putting out something because he sparked the consciousness, he sparked the minds of people because everybody's looking real deep. I don't know, what his intent was, you know what I'm saying? But I know as an artist, he evoked a lot of emotion.
yeah,
And
he did.
so I think the red, white, and blue was just he knew his audience was America. But then on the deeper level, he's from the West Coast. The red and blue, like you said, it represents the gangs, and he's known. So let me hip you a little bit. So what happens is in my generation, me and him is about the same age.
Okay.
So, every generation of music, let's say, think back to your heyday, man, when you was, I mean, really rolling, man. I mean, you might have had a diamond watch, you know what I'm saying? You might have had a flat, you know what I'm saying, a nice house. I mean, I want you to think about this, man, because I'm gonna ask you some questions about this time. Are you ready?
Yeah, come on.
So what would you say, what year, what decade, what I'm saying, if you had to say when you was at the tip top, man, of your game, what years you say that was?
At the tip top, oh, I would say I've been batting the ball so long. I'd have to think about that. You know what I'm saying? I've been hitting the ball. Let me see. I'd say it was around the year 2005.
2005.
Yeah, 2005.
Yeah, because looking at that pad you sitting in, it might be 2025. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that look like a nice layout. I know you over there on the islands and shit. Okay, so 2005 was only 20 years ago, so you was in your 50s. So, well, do you remember anything about the music? I was thinking you was gonna tell me something more when you was younger. Matter of fact, what about when you made your debut? And you said, "I'm gonna do this here, man. I'm gonna go rise to the top, man." You know what I'm saying? Um, and you were younger. Do you remember, the celebrities that was out and the music that was happening? You know,
at that time.
yeah, at that time.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I remember, yeah, I remember, man, it was in, 72,
Okay,
and I was in Detroit and I was going to New York to live. I say, I'm going to New York and I'm going to make it in what I do, or else I'm going to the Army. God knows I didn't want to go to the Army.
yeah,
So, yeah, and they was playing, yeah, what, 72, Marvin Gaye, uh, he was still hot on what's going on and, what's happening, brother. That come
okay.
out in the 70s,
Marvin Gaye.
1970.
Okay,
Yeah, this is like in 72. Uh, so, yeah, yeah, so, yeah, 1972, yeah. So I remember some of the music was out. And in 75, I sure enough remember it was, what is his name out of Philly, the one that got in the accident,
well, I
uh,
was born in 1985, Ty. So you gonna have to tell me, man. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, well, excuse me, I'm sorry. uh, man, I can't think of.
Isaac
I can't.
Hayes.
No, no, he was with that Philly sound. He was real popular, nice looking guy, and he got in an accident, got paralyzed.
I don't know. Okay, well, let's just take them two guys. So you got Marvin Gaye and this other brother. We'll Google it and insert. I'll insert it and edit later. But
Okay,
so let's just say them two guys was out at the same year. They was both out in the 70s. Okay, and then in the late 70s, they decided they didn't like each other. They went public about this. They making songs. I know this type of stuff wasn't happening back in the 70s.
for the most part, no.
No, no, that shit didn't start to gangster rap, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We'll dive
yeah.
into that in part two of this episode. But
Okay,
so anyway, this is what's happening with Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar is like um Marvin Gaye. You know what I'm saying? Well, really, Drake is like Marvin Gaye. And then Kendrick Lamar might be like this other brother. Who you talking about? Let's just call him Isaac Hayes for the
okay,
sake, you know what I'm saying? Two brothers at the top of their game. But
okay.
they got a public feud. So this public feud started with Kendrick Lamar and Drake. These are the top artists of this, really of the 2000s, because they started putting out music around '05. You know what I'm saying? When you was at the top of your game, they was starting. And now they the top. And long story short, they had a beef. Kendrick Lamar won the beef. Drake um took it really bad. So long story short, man, Drake is
So Drake
Drake
lost the beef.
Drake is damn near like Michael Jackson. He lost the battle, but in the grand scheme of things, he ain't lost nothing. But it's like he got egg on his face. But what made it so wild was the song that made this beef that he won, that Kendrick Lamar beat Drake with, is the song he performed on the Super Bowl. So this is unprecedented. You never had nobody come and diss somebody on the Super Bowl. And then he dissed them so poetically because that was just one of the songs. I don't know how many songs he performed, but that was just one of the songs that he was putting up, stuff for the Gaza Strip, and he was like he just made a strong political message, man. And then part of the nuance of it is Drake is actually from Canada and Kendrick Lamar is African American, so it's like It's like US, he's on the biggest world stage of the US sports, and you know what I'm saying, he's standing up for the US, but he's kind of biting his thumb at snubbing his nose at the political climate, you know what I'm saying? So it was just a lot, man. It was loaded, and a lot of people are doing a lot of deep dives. I'm not a big hip hop fan, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not too deep into it, but I could hip you up to that point, man. You know what I'm saying? And dudes wasn't doing nothing, guys and women was doing nothing but praising Kendrick Lamar. I mean, they wasn't even talking about Drake. It was like he put the nail in the coffin. That was just one of the songs, but that song happened to be a diss song. You know what I'm saying?
And then he had Serena Williams doing the crip walk.
Yeah, yeah. So then that's when we get even deeper because see, him and Serena, they both from Compton.
Right,
But Drake used to date Serena Williams. So that make it easy. So it's like imagine somebody, they got a problem with you, man. They go get one of your exes, man, you know what I'm saying, to be in the, what I'm saying, on the Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying, dancing
right,
to a
right.
song that's dissing you. You know what I'm saying? So it was deep, man. But it just showed me that was all very well thought out because look at the rain, look at the ripple effect that it's had. Here it is, you over in Nevis, I'm over here in Puerto Rico. We talking about this. I didn't even watch the Super Bowl. I still to this day have not seen the performance, but I seen that outfit, I seen that chain. You know what I'm saying? I seen that leather jacket. I seen them boot cut jeans. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's all on my timeline. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it goes back to the power of creativity, man, and having the idea in your mind and executing it because I mean Kendrick did that, man.
Yo, he brought it out, man. And see, I understood more of it as days progressed since
Okay.
the Super Bowl. You know, the day is Tuesday. Super
Right,
Bowl was
right.
Sunday. You know, like I started that next day. I'm talking to younger cats because that's who I am. That's who I associate with. You know, on social media and what have you. It's guys like your age in their 30s and 40s, and you know, late 20s and 50s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I'm 76, but see that's what keeps my imagination young. That's what keeps my mind sharp, and and give me the energy, man. Because with your imagination, and when you imagine that, you still got to have the energy,
Yeah,
you
right.
know. Yeah, to keep to pop that thing and make it live. You know what I'm saying? Like hit it with some, it's dead. Like you take something and and you pop, and make it come alive.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so
Yeah,
yeah, I really dug it, man.
that makes me think about this conversation I had. I told you I was working with my people up on the farm, man, and my man, his wife was telling me, she said, man, I had to unfollow your page, man, because your content, was too raunchy. You know what I'm saying? She said, well, because I thought you were trying to sell to women, but ain't no women gonna buy that. I said, man, I get women buy my stuff all the time, but I'm not trying to sell to you. You know what I'm saying? And that spawned into a conversation about, because we just started talking about creativity and genius. And I said, see, the beauty of this generation is you don't have to, you can look at it as a positive, negative. I'm a stand on the positive side. This day and age, you can be successful and you don't have to take nobody's advice, man. I mean, some of the craziest stuff is going viral. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can look at President Trump, man. He did it his way. He didn't do it the way the average politician. He did some of it. You know what I'm saying? He ran smear campaigns and you know what I'm saying? He made sure he made deals with the right people and got, all that campaign money, but he ain't he's not operating like the average American politician, especially not president. So what that spawned us into was a conversation about just having an intention on, okay, what is it that you're trying to communicate with your content and who are you trying to reach? And you might not always hit the nail on the head every time, but the key really is putting something out there. You know what I'm saying? And
That's
getting
right.
in the field and being creative. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So no, man, I was just saying, it feels good to be able to be creative, man, because it ain't no real rules and regulations. I mean, I just clicked on my TikTok right now, and it's It's two girls dancing around in their bikinis and they got, thousands of views. You know what I'm saying? Then I scroll down and it's a dude singing a song. He got this song called I'm a Money Magnet. I'm a money magnet. I'm a money magnet. I'm a money magnet. You know what I'm saying? And he
Hmm.
posts this song. So, but my point is, it's an audience, man, for everything, man. And when you using your mind, being creative to bring something to fruition, you can't let nobody stop you because this is the last thing I'm gonna say before I let you go. Is they were saying Kendrick Lamar was trying to sue the Super Bowl in advance. Well, okay, not Kendrick Lamar. Drake was suing his record label because they both on the same record label. It's only about three record labels. You know what I'm saying? So they both under the same umbrella. And he's suing the company because he's saying y'all pushing this. I'm supposed to be one of y'all top artists, and y'all pushing this song that's dissing me. You know what I'm saying? So some kind of way in this contract that ain't supposed to be so. So, but they say this. He sued them a couple months ago. They said he was suing them because he wanted to make sure Kendrick Lamar in the Super Bowl, specifically the Super Bowl, was gonna tell Kendrick Lamar, well, listen, we know Drake is suing his company, so we don't want him suing us. You can't perform that song.
Right.
So that was the rumor. And then so when he performed the song, I mean, the internet went crazy because they like, oh man, it was like, it was like a Trump move, you know what I'm saying, for lack of a better, association. I mean, he did his thing, man, regardless of if it was consequences behind it or not. So I just wanted to say that to any young creator, any age. If you out there creating, man, just create. Don't let nobody stop you. Don't let nobody get in your head. I mean, you got to be like Muhammad Ali. You got to feel like, right now, nobody might not see your content, but you the greatest. So you got
Right.
something to
Right.
give, man. So yeah, what you think about that?
I think it's right on point, man. I think it's right on point. Yeah. I was looking. It was. I run across a lot of stuff about the Super Bowl today on social media, and a lot about 50 Cent, uh, Big Meats, and
Yeah,
Rick
yeah,
Ross. I run into a lot about that. And I thought all them dudes was they all creative, man.
right, right.
They all creative in their own way. Big Meats, he's trying to get out. He's trying to make something happen.
Yeah, yeah, I know that's right.
He been gone 19, 20 years or so, you know what I mean? He trying to get out and make something happen, man. So I understood it. I mean, well, nowadays, man, like you say, they people controversy sells.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, it's all about a lot of controversy and so forth. But these cats, man, uh, all of them, I got my favorite, which I ain't gonna say who that is, my favorite, because they all, young, they all like my sons, you know what I mean? For as I'm concerned,
Right.
I'm an elder,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
76 years old, so they all like my sons. So I ain't got no special one that I'm gonna say this, that, and other. But I'm gonna say, man, uh, if the imagination, how they use their imagination with controversy. Okay, I'm gonna do this here. Now they imagine what's gonna get a lot of static, this, that, what's gonna get a lot of controversy and all this here. Well, if they put that imagination together on, and seeing how, that they are doing business, big business together, like a one or two handful of them, you know what I mean? Got their own record company, own record label that's major in the world.
Yeah,
I ain't talking about no independent company like a lot of people got there. They ain't done nothing really. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Because they all had to go to the majors, to get things kicked off. If it's about anything.
yeah.
You know, so I see them doing that in my imagination.
Yeah, I see
You know,
that too.
yeah, yeah. I see that happening. you know.
Because the thing
So,
about the majors is they all started somewhere and everything's changing. See, them companies is signing people to work the worst deals ever, and them companies have always signed artists to terrible deals. So the artists now they got more ice and they got more bling bling, but they making less money than Howlin' Wolf and them. You know what I'm saying? On the contract side, they getting 360 deals, meaning everything they do, if they put their name on it, the company get a piece of it. That's the type of contracts these new artists are signing. So a lot of artists is realizing, man, if I can go viral, I don't need no record deal. You know what I'm saying? Because the record industry was based off of creating records. Like me, I have a clothing company. I create clothes. I don't just create digital designs, but now art is digital. You know what I'm saying? People ain't buying no vinyl. People ain't buying no CDs and DVDs and shit. It goes straight to your phone. So all you got to do is get attention. That's what Gary Vee talk about, and that's what these brothers is doing with the controversy. They getting attention, and I know it's paying off for all of them because they all got something to sell. So as long as you got something to sell and you getting attention, it's gonna work for you. And Black Americans, we good at getting attention. You know what I'm saying? So while we got the rock, while we got the attention, while we got the spotlight on us, you know, um, I encourage everybody to run it up, man, and have something to sell. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't got nothing to sell, man, you might want to start jotting down your ideas because you got something in your head. It's something in your head that you think could sell, but you might be stopping yourself. Oh man, shit, I don't know, man. You tell your partner, he
hey
laugh
man,
at you.
people stopping themselves on all kind of stuff. I was talking two old two uh two old partners of mine, man. You know, both of them in their 70s. One of them the same age I am, 76. The other one I think about 74. And they was talking, man. You know, about man these young folks, man, and so and said they was talking about like they was through. I said, hey man, I said, I made the difference with y'all, man. I said, I ain't with none of that shit y'all talking about, man. I said, I'm with the young folks. I said, now sometimes I get with them and I have a little situation with them, man. I say, hey man, what the fuck you think you talking to? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And we go through that, but we are, but at the end of the day, we smooth it all out and keep it moving. You know, I say, and see, like you yourself are like, see, they know about this technology and stuff. The vehicle, where you got to get on, you know what I'm saying, to get your stuff out there to be seen. Now, the conscience that you have, you know, by you to live life, you got way more conscience than they got.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't live life. You had to create something out of nothing all the time. You know what I'm saying? You know, I've always been dealing with creativity. We had to make soapbox. We had to make our own scooters. We found a skate in the alley over this alley over here. A skate, another skate. We found a 2x4 down where they're building a house at. We got some scrap and we putting together. Now we make a scooter, you know, that we can scoot around on. So we had to be creative because we didn't have no money to buy none of this kind of stuff.
right.
You know, we ain't got no money. You know what I mean? We were looking for our parents to do this or do that, buy us no Nintendo where we stay in the house and all that. We had to go out and make something happen. We go up and down alleys and find stuff that people throwing away and put stuff together. Okay, I got this frame over here to this bike. Okay, it was a rim over there on Acid over there on the other street. Yeah, okay, it was another rim on Beatrice, man. We go get that rim. If they throwed it out now, we putting that stuff together. That's using our imagination.
Yeah,
We building clubhouses and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Where we be, where we get out the rain and, have our little club or something. We 8, 9 years old, man. So, but today, man, folks, these youngsters, they got the technology, man. They run through this stuff, man, and with a little conscience and creativity, shit, they can roll, boy.
hey, well, look, let me correct you on that. They don't got nothing that we ain't got. And by we, I mean me, you, your partners that's 70, 80. If you alive, everybody got technology. Everybody ain't using it. They using it because they native to it. You know what I'm saying? So what I want to do is, if anybody listen to this, man, because a lot of people's problem is they want something to be massive from day one. You know, if we get one viewer on this podcast, if we get one like, that's successful to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I know we're in the beginning stages. We ain't even got consistent. The only way you're gonna break through the algorithm is with consistency. But I want you to do me a favor, Ty. Hold that book up, man, to the camera, man. It's for anybody 70 years old, man, because I want them to see this, man. Hold that book up, Ty.
Yeah.
Okay, hold it up to the bottom. I want them to see them two names on there.
Can you see it?
No, you gotta push it up to your phone. Go real close to your phone. Okay, they can't see it, but at the bottom it says, man, by Tyrone Stevens and Justice Godfrey. There's the two brothers you listen to right now. One of them 39, one of them 76. And I'm saying that to say that book ain't out yet. But for somebody to be 76 and putting out content and putting out product, that lets you know if you 70 something, don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Everybody needs somebody to inspire them, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got to be somebody that's on some big high level. You know, sometimes it's just somebody in your peer group. So if you 39 and you think, oh, the young people, no, man, it ain't got shit to do with age. It's got to do
Well,
with initiative, personal initiative. Now we
and
got
and
3 minutes
and
left,
and,
Todd. Make your closing remarks. We got three
and I'm
minutes.
just saying, and you got to be play the game of life. You got
Yeah,
to be a player in the game of life. I ain't talking about just a player, in the streets of in America. I
yeah.
know about that too. But I'm talking about a player of life.
Right, right, right.
Getting into life and dealing in, how the universe was set up and give you what you need to be able to do what you got to do so you can develop and create, and make things happen, and shine light over here on people and do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? That's playing the game of life. And
Right.
playing the game of life, you got to have the book of life.
Yeah,
The book of life it gets you, it gets you tuned in, because you got to stay like you talking about being consistent. You also, you got to put stuff up in front of you all the time because there's so many things that's happening in the atmosphere these days. You ain't got to be old to forget nothing.
right,
I
right,
talk to a lot of young people. They say, "Man, I can't think of what it is because there's so many things, that's passing by a man's and a woman's mind. You know what I'm saying? It's so many things. See, it ain't like back in the day. We didn't have all electronic with pushing thoughts that fast.
right.
See, they pushing thoughts fast, and you know what I'm saying, that the mind can conceive it, man. These thoughts are, I mean, things are is flying, man. Information, this is an information highway, man. It's boom, information is coming like this. You can't remember all this stuff. So when you got the book of life, you get up and you write it down.
Yeah.
So you got a thought, you go to the book of life and you open the book of life up and you start putting it down. You know what I'm saying? Because we got different, your universal sayings and so forth,
Well, look,
universal
Ty, don't
laws
give
that we
don't give them
got.
too much, man. Don't give them too much. Now,
Yeah.
look, just let them know. Look. This is a tool, man. It got areas for you to be able to clear your mind. It got areas for you to be able to plan your week. It got areas for you to be able to prioritize your ideas, and that's what Ty's talking about. So, look, we got to close out because we got 1 minute left on this recording. I'm Free the Creator, and it's a pleasure to be heard, on this afternoon. And Ty, what's your last thoughts?
Yeah. Well, the last thought is I'm getting uh my last thought is, get your book of life. That's my last thought. Get your book. I can't tell you too much about this book. You know what I'm saying? I can't say too much about it. You know what I mean? I can't say enough about it. But just get your book. That's
Yeah, it'll be
that's what you
available in
do.
March 2025. March 2025. It ain't available yet, but it will be.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for listening. Give us a like, comment, share this with somebody who you think might enjoy it or take something from it. Peace.
Peace.